When you drive a Chevy, it's time for a fresh approach and a new perspective. And find the Chevy that's right for you. Find new experiences, find new roads. Chevrolet.
And welcome back to High School Game Day here on the Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. Time for our Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks Athlete of the Week segment. We go to Ash Grove High School and we welcome in the head golf coach, Grant Williamson, and our Athlete of the Week, Rylee Allred. Coach Williamson, thanks for helping set this up.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having us.
And, Coach, first off, let's put a little bow on the season from a coach's standpoint. Obviously, back-to-back state championships. Tell us about where Rylee kind of improved this year and what it was like down the stretch for her.
I think the biggest thing I noticed with Rylee from last year to this year was her consistency throughout really all of her rounds. I think last year she had some ups and downs. The downs were not very bad, but this year I felt like she was very consistent. I think only had one round in the 80s. Is that right, Rylee?
Yes.
Whereas last year there were a few more. So just that consistency throughout the season was the biggest improvement, I thought.
Well, Rylee, first off, on behalf of Chevrolet and the Missouri State Highway Patrol, congratulations on being an Athlete of the Week.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And this is becoming a yearly thing. As I looked at my feed, it popped up today, and almost exactly a year ago to the date, you were an Athlete of the Week. You'd won the state championship last year. First off, tell us a little bit about the differences between last year and this year. Obviously, going last year, this year maybe a little bit more comfortable. You were on a different course. Coach talked about the consistency that you developed throughout the season. But compare last year's run to this year's run.
I think last year I hadn't played in a state tournament before, so I was a little bit more nervous compared to this year. So I just think I was more prepared for the state tournament than I was last year.
Okay, you take a 5-stroke lead going into day two. Tell us about day two. You shot a 71 on day one, I believe, and then you get out there on day two and it's really windy.
Yes.
Looking at the scores, tell us a little bit about day two.
I think the wind did play a big factor in it for everybody, and it was a little bit harder for me because I just feel like I couldn't play with the wind. The wind makes it really bit harder. So,
How do you kind of prepare for that? Are you throwing grass up on the tee box to see which way it's going? Are you getting information from coach? How do you prepare for dealing with that wind?
Sometimes my hair kind of just flows in that direction, so I kind of already know which way it goes. And sometimes I will throw the grass. It just kind of depends.
What do you feel like? And Coach talked about how you've gotten better this year. What do you think's been maybe the most improved part of your game from last year to this year, whether it be on the green, whether it be around the green, whether it be on the tee box?
I think probably off of the tee box. I think my driver has just been a lot more consistent than last year, hitting more fairways and, just off the tee box.
Coach Williamson, is that something you would agree with, having watched her from last year to this year?
Yeah, 100%. I felt like she definitely was able to keep the ball in play off the tee a lot more. And because of that, I think she eliminated a lot of the big scores, made very few double bogeys or worse this season. I think you can attribute a lot of that to being in play off the tee.
So, Rylee, what do you do during the year? First off, are you a member anywhere? And where do you play golf?
I'm a member at Green Hills and Willard, and I'm also a member at Silo Ridge and Bolivar.
Silo Ridge, one of our sponsors. I'm a member there as well. Really enjoy playing that golf course. But throughout the season, what golf courses really challenged you? What are some golf courses where that you felt like, I'm not sure I want to play that one again?
I think probably the one in Clever. I can't remember the name, but I think that one was probably the hard one for me. Just because, like, I've played it, like, 2 or 3 times before, and all the other ones I've played a lot more, so I was more comfortable with them than the one down at Clever.
What's your favorite golf course to play on?
I'd say probably Allred, just because it's probably it's really nice, and I just like it.
What's your best round up there, or up here? I guess I should say.
I think a 78.
Oh, I've shot a 78 once on the front nine, but I'm still kind of learning. I'm a novice, so to speak. But Rylee, as you come into this season, did you have goals? I mean, was getting back to the state championship or state playoffs, was that a goal of yours?
Yes, definitely getting back into state was definitely a goal. And one of the goals was definitely to keep my rounds under 80, just because, like, the year before that, I had multiple in the 80s. So the goal was just to keep it in the mid 70s.
Now, there's a rumor that you also play volleyball.
Yes.
Okay. Tell us, how did you handle that? How did you prepare mentally and physically for both of those sports?
Well, I kind of just went to volleyball, half of it, and then left to go practice golf. And some days I would just go golf and not play volleyball.
All right, very good. Do you play any other sports?
I do not.
You're not. So your season's over now.
Yep.
Yeah. Now you're just a sophomore. So what are you doing the remainder of this year to prepare for your two sports? Are you still out playing? I mean, it's nice enough weather now. You can go out and play still.
Yeah, so during the winter and the spring, I'm normally just practicing for golf. But I do play club during the winter, so club volleyball. So I kind of just do both of those. And then during the spring, I practice for golf for the upcoming season.
Very good. Very good. Well, Coach, tell us a little bit about your experience this year with the team. Now, is she the only member of the team?
Yeah, she was our only girl for the last 2 years. So definitely a little bit unique. And with, like she mentioned, her playing volleyball too is not your typical practice every day after school and go to events. So it's a little different. She does a fantastic job of just doing things on her own. So that definitely makes it a lot easier. And I just show up. I just show up and watch her play golf, and she does a good job of it. So
now, how old is the women's golf program there at Ash Grove?
Yeah, this is just our second year. So we added it last year, knowing Rylee was coming in, and was going to have an opportunity to have some success, and we wanted to make sure that she had that opportunity. But we do have a few more girls that I think are in junior high right now that hopefully have expressed some interest in playing golf. And hopefully in the next year or two, we've got enough to put a team out there at tournaments. So,
Rylee, are you helping recruit kids to play?
Yeah, I'm trying. I've talked to some people, and they seem interested in playing. So,
what got you involved? How long have you been playing? And I say that because you're 15, 16 years old. But when did you start, and what got you involved, or who got you involved?
So I started playing when I was 9 years old, and my dad came back from one of his work trips, and he had played golf there, and he just took me with him, and I've played ever since then. So,
what's your favorite club in your bag?
I don't know. It kind of just depends on the day. If some days I'll hit a club good, and then the next day I won't. So, really just kind of depends on if I'm hitting it good or not.
Very good. Well, Rylee, once again, on behalf of Chevrolet and the Missouri State Highway Patrol, congratulations on being an Athlete of the Week.
Thank you.
And I have one more question. I'm a mandated reporter for the Highway Patrol, and that do you always wear your seatbelt?
Yes, I do.
Very good, very good. Because I would have had to call that in. But congratulations, and Coach. I would guess that you're probably gearing up for basketball season right now.
Yeah, yep. Coming up here in a couple weeks, so looking forward to that. Hoping our football team keeps winning games, and we don't have those guys for a while. So
yeah, well, they've got an opportunity. They played Marysville to a 2-point game the other night. They're in that same district, so they may meet them again. But I've been following along. But I appreciate you guys coming on. And again, congratulations, and we look forward to seeing what Rylee does next year. So on October the 25th of next year, just go ahead and put it on your calendar, Rylee, because it's going to be a yearly thing.
Okay.
All right, we have a rule here on the Missouri Sports Network that in order for you to become an official friend of the show, you have to come on 3 times. Once you hit that 3rd time, so next time you become a friend of the show. All right?
All right.
All right. Again, congratulations. Coach, thanks so much for setting this up.
yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having us.
You bet. Hey, you're watching the Missouri Sports Network at MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. And as always, the Missouri State Highway Patrol reminds us to take that 3 seconds and buckle up. It's 3 seconds that could save your life. Be safe, be smart, and be here tomorrow.
Located in the heart of Springfield on historic Walnut Street, just blocks away from the Missouri State campus, Hammons Field, Great Southern Arena, and downtown Springfield. The Walnut Street Inn features newly remodeled rooms, breakfast served daily, and a friendly, accommodating staff. The Walnut Street Inn is also a great venue for private events. Book your stay or get more information at walnutstreetinn.com or call 417-864-6346.
Imagine a bank that goes where you go, creating seamless solutions for every step in your financial journey, allowing you to manage your money the way you want to, with a banking relationship that makes every day extraordinary. Imagine a world full of possibilities, always within reach. Central Bank. We do banking better.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 290,000 participants here in Missouri who take part in high school sports or activities.